I've heard bits and pieces of it, and I wasn't there, bro. And you'll
Yeah.
never hear me comment on something that I wasn't there. And if I'm going to have a comment, I'm most likely going to say it right to the person's face. So they didn't hear it. Oh, DDP said this. Like, no, I didn't.
One of the rumors, by the way, going around now, and it started a little while ago, is that at WrestleMania 40, that The Rock and Roman is going to be the match. So how right now Cody at the end of the Royal Rumble looked up in the skybox, pointed to Roman and the wise man, and said it's going to be him. So now how do you, if we're talking business-wise now, how do you make a justification for putting The Rock in there, or do you get a three-way dance going? What would you do?
You know, I don't really play those things, like, oh, well, if I was doing it, I would do it this way. Because again, I think Triple H has done an unbelievable job
yeah.
of storytelling. And I
Yes.
said to him last night, and I got a chance to see him just, half a minute. But always the classiest guy in the room. And I just gave him a big hug and said, man, great Rumble, bro. But I love the whole storyline of the bloodline and all the things, that they've done in Judgment Day. And I mean, there's so many good things that they're doing that I'm not going to second guess, but I know who and just said it, would want to represent my company. And it's that guy who I know is going to put the work in. I know he's going to be in every house show. He's going to be in every TV.
Yep.
He's going to be in every commercial. He's going to be in every place. He's going to stay after these house shows and sign autographs. Like, I did that.
I know you
I
did.
didn't know anybody else who did that.
Yeah.
He does.
This is in his blood. This is
This
what
is
he
who he
knows.
is.
And he knows
This
how
is
to
who
do
he
it.
is. So
So the question though remains, what would you
spot.
do if The Rock wants this match? And you can't say
Hey,
no.
again, I think The Rock is his own animal. I think The Rock
That's right. That's right.
is, I don't think anybody is any prouder of him than me, because he's the biggest star in the world.
Correct.
He's one of us. He'll always be one of us. And this is proven that he's still one of us, yet he's still the biggest star in the world. So,
Right.
like I said, how they finagle it, how they work it through, I don't know. But I know that for my money, I'm betting on the Rhodes kid.
I am too. You know what I'd love to see? I last night about 3 a.m, I envisioned this, that it's a three-way dance, and somehow Cody almost gets slugged and he's a little out of it, and Roman's down now, and The Rock looks around the ring, and is he going to drop the people's elbow? No, he picks Cody up, puts Cody on top of Roman. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't need the title. He's the biggest star in the world.
Yeah, but
I have one last question.
I wouldn't do that, bro, because the finish is too good.
I know.
When Randy Savage put me over,
I remember.
it changed my life dramatically. Like, dramatically.
Yeah.
No one put me on top of him.
Yeah, no, I understand that. This was again a fantasy. This is a fantasy.
I get it. I get it.
Dream.
But that's not how Rhodes win. When someone would come up to Dusty when he was working independent and said, "So what do you want to do to Dream? What do you want to do tonight, Dream?" Dream said, "You'll be in the middle, taking the elbow." Period.
That's it.
1, 2, 3.
That's it.
And a finish is everything.
Sure.
And when you have a finish like his, that freaking, sometimes a guy might kick out, but he's coming back and he's taking it again. And I've seen that with Brock Lesnar, who is probably the toughest guy alive.
It'll be a strong finish if Cody wins that match, it's going to be a strong finish, whether it be on Roman alone or if Roman and The Rock and Cody are in there. We'll have to see. One last question before we run out of time here. When you heard the news, and it was brought up at the press conference yesterday, when you heard the news about Vince and the lawsuit and the things that have gone on, what was your reaction when you first heard that news?
Well, again, I didn't read the complaint. I didn't see what was said. I've heard bits and pieces of it, and I wasn't there, bro. And you'll never hear me comment on something that I wasn't there. And if I'm going to have a comment, I'm most likely going to say it right to the person's face. So they didn't hear it. Oh, DDP said this. Like, no, I didn't.
Right.
No, I don't. It's like I don't have a. I don't know. I know that that this is a crazy world we're in right now, and I think it's gotten crazier ever since COVID. So
Yeah.
I don't know. One person that I did know is Johnny Laurinaitis, and he's always Aces dude to me, and that's a guy I do know. The other people I don't know. I don't really know them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Where can people find you on social media?
Well, just about everywhere.
I know.
One of my favorite places is Diamond Dallas Page on Facebook, because there's we have it's constantly new material up there from either transformations we put people through, or it could be just from wrestling stuff. I put a lot of wrestling stuff up there because I just think it's it's a part of history, and I'm the underdog that they never said could have done. Never mind being a top guy, never mind being a 3-time world champion or Hall of Famer, but I was. And because I put the work in. And that's the kind of lessons that I try to teach people on my page. So anybody wants to check that out, or just go to ddpyoga.com, try for 7 days, and check out our power cups. That's what we're about, man. All right, brother. I love you.
Hey, wait. Before we go, I love you too. You know that, but somebody opens your refrigerator, since you are the picture of health. What's in your refrigerator?
A lot of eggs. There's organic juice from a place called Bamboo. There's probably about 8 bottles of that here, and there's a lot of really good meats. Everything's organic in my refrigerator. It's real food. It's like what God created. It's not anything that's genetically modified by some scientist somewhere and changing the food. I eat real food, and I treat my body well.
When you go on
because you know what? If you don't take care of your wellness, you'll be forced to take care of your illness.
Yep.
All right, bro, I'm out.
When you have to go on a binge, one junk food, what's that junk food?
They're called keto, and it's an ice cream that has 0 sugar in it. It's got some caramel in it. It's really, really good. They're popsicles. They're just called, and I could eat 2 or 3 of them and still stay super lean. So anything that's keto is good for me.
All right. Before I let you go, which I'm going to do.
You keep saying that.
Hang on a minute. We need a bang.
Say you monkey. Bang! I'm
Bill
out.
Apter, DDP, we'll see you at the matches.